Hello and welcome to the another topic, income statement. So in this topic we'll see what is income statement is and go over some income statement example. So this is just to clarify on the basic concepts. So income statement you might know from many different names. For example, as seen on the screen, it's also called the profit and loss statement, P&L statements, statement of profit and loss, revenue statement, and so on. This is the one of the important financial statement. In addition, as you know, we have like a balance sheet plus cash flow statement in short. But now coming back to the income statement, we'll take some other videos on balance sheet and cash flow statements. The income statement basically indicate what it's basically it shows all the revenue and the expenses. So, and the finally what investor or what's the shareholder need to know what's the net income. So basically after receiving everything and after paying all the expenses, whether is what left in our hand, so that's the income statement. And one also more important point, so this is more like a broad definition if you see from the income statement, and it's a period of time. So basically if you go on the Yahoo Finance and other online website or any corporate or any website on their corporate section, you'll notice it's on the yearly or the quarterly basis, just like the cash flow statement as well. But balance sheet is only which is at point in time, which we also see the example in the balance sheet section, but today we focus on that. So, and if you need to know more about the income statement, you can refer to the Wikipedia. It's a pretty good example and definition on the income statement, and some of the text I'll use from there as well. So let's see what are the major section of the income statement. So if we have the income statement, for example, this is broadly is my, let's say, my income statement. It's the first thing, it has the operating section, right? It has operating section, and then it has non-operating section. So what is operating section? Operating section means the actively which we are which is from the main business line. If somebody is selling, let's say Apple is doing the Apple producing the iPad, right? Or iPhone, iWatch, etc. So when they sell something, that's their main line of business. So that's whenever they operate on that one. So think from that perspective, that's their operating. So when they generate the sale from the iPad or iPhone, that's after doing any discount or something. So whatever the net sale comes, so that's come under the revenue. In this one, for sure, in order to sell something, to make a product, we'll have the cost of goods sold, right, which is the direct cost associated with the selling of the goods, right, like a manufacturing cost and all those costs, it comes under here. The next items on the expenses can be selling, general administration expenses. Major part it is the payroll expenses, right? Or for example, this, if you go on the Apple store, they have some sales associates there, right, helping. So those cost comes here. This is more, depreciation is another cost. In order to make some products, for sure we need some kind of a fixed investment, machineries and all, and that machinery has certain life, right? So, and we it will say, okay, if every year we depreciate the machine. Let's say if it was a 10 year and $1,000 machine cost, so every year we deduct, let's say, $100. So that's one of the way. And for sure R&D, because research and development, there might be some expenses on getting the product out, so that's also the expense every years. The next section is non-operating sections. Maybe so this section is if we receiving giving some, let's say, interest loan to somebody, we get some, not the loan is a good example. Let's say if some revenue is generated not from the primary source, because primary source is to do this, right, to sell it. But if they are generating anything from non-primary by selling not the iPhone or I product, but if let's say they are giving or in or they have some expenses, so that's the they can have a income plus they can also have a expenses. You can also think of getting some loans or those financial costs, right, the and or the income tax expenses. So pretty much these expenses are more here, but maybe the income is a little bit less. So that's the non operating side. So on mostly you'll see the expenses on this side. The third thing is you can also notice is a non recurring recurring items. So basically this is once a while. If you sell some let's say some machinery, right, and old machine just to replace the new one, you can put that item here, for example. That's not very frequent. Or maybe some selling of some business which think that way, which you don't want to run anymore. So that's like a one time of a the one which is like a one kind which is not coming every year, right, which is not coming every year in. But here on the operating is every yearly or every quarterly basis, is keep frequency, so it's more frequent, you can say here. And this one is not frequent because not occurring, not frequent. Don't worry, we'll take the example and then it will be more clear. So let's take some hypothetical company, right? So if I take, okay, so let's say we have some company which is called ABC company, and then we'll do some basic structure of income statement, and then I'll show you the real example of a income statement which is on going to some website. We can easily find something, and then later on you can explore yourself. So let's say the first thing first, right? So first thing, in order to, it should be coming as sales, right? We'll have a sale, let's say it's in million, everything, all the numbers I put here in the millions, right? So let's say this is coming as $500, 500 million, not $1. So we do the main business, we do the business, and we get $500 in sales. The next thing is cost of goods sold, right? When we do the, in order to get $500, the cost is $300, right? So negative, I'll show in the bracket, it means negative. So if I just do this, so we get $200 gross profit, right? So this is my gross profit. Now this is sales minus what's the cost of direct cost of doing this, so this is my gross profit. The next thing is, I okay, we'll have, let's say we have some wear and tear of the machinery, it's $20. And then we have some employee payroll administration fees, let's say is only $80. So now my total operating income for ABC company, 200 minus 100 is $100, let's say 100 million, right? Because this is millions. So let's see if we have any non, let's say we have some non-operating, i'll I'll say in a short, operating income as well, which is $150 just. And then non-operating expense, let's say is $50, just to highlight something. So now it should be, so this will come my EBIT, earning before interest and tax. So this is now actually my total earning. So that total earning comes as 200 million, right? So 100 to 50 minus 50 million is 250. So up to now, this is my, without any taxes or anything, this is my income. So this can be also has a in, before any interest or any taxes, right? So this is earning before interest and taxes. So let's say I don't have to pay any interest, I don't have any fixed uh, debts, only equity, and then I just need to pay some taxes. And taxes, I assume, let's say it's 30%. So this will come as, or maybe I should include the, maybe I should include the interest as well, interest expense as well, just to be a little bit more original, because I don't think so any company should have without interest expense. So let's say I did take some loan as well, and it might have some interest, let's say around $30 or 30 million. Sorry, I'm not, I keep saying 30. So this is my interest expense. So all I want to highlight here is, okay, so this is the key, right? You see most of this EBIT, and then you'll get another. So this is earning before tax, but after interest. So this is my EBIT is 170 million. So let's say I have this EBIT of 170 million. So this is in million, right? So now we have taxes of 30%. So 170, 30% is, I think it's 51 million. So 51 million if I pay taxes, then finally in the shareholder or the investor, basically the income it's generate is 119 million. So this is my final income. So the key thing, if we want to highlight here, is with the highlighter, let me change the color. So this is my, oops, this is my net income, right? And also the gross profit. This is the key things to look for. EBIT is also another important items. This is together, right? Let's say sometimes people look, okay, what's even before paying any taxes, what's my earning as well. So these are like a key things to look for in any income statements. Let me bring my pen back. So now this is my income statement. So let's let's take some example, the good example from a company. So this is the, I went to Reuters, and just to save time I put the Kraft stock, but anyway you can pick up any stocks. And if you click on the financial, and I selected the income statement, and this is the annual. It can be interim basis as well, depend how the company is reporting, but let's uh, focus on the annual income statement. This is of, you notice here is 2017 third year and 30th of December. So the revenue what they generate is 26 to 32. So this is in millions, right? This is in millions. So almost like 26.23 billion, if you can think. Yeah, because it's million, right? Okay. So and the cost, so if this is, I'm not sure if I can write on that one. Okay, let me see if I can have my pen. Okay, use, okay, maybe it's a little bit tough. Okay, so I don't have a pen to write, but anyway we can see this example. So now we can see this, the cost to generate this is 16 billion. So the gross profit comes as 10 point 10, little bit over 10 billion. Now the salary they're paying is 2.7 billion. And now the total operating expenses, if I remove the operating income, is coming as 6.73 billion. Then they have some investment income, non-operating income, and some interest expenses, which is 1.23 billion. So then after reducing other everything from 6 point, they only left with which is net income before tax. You can also think as income before earning before tax, EBT, which is come as 5.5 billion. The provision for income taxes is 1.5 billion. But note here, although the taxes are in minus, but here they didn't show is a negative sign here, but we assume this is a negative, because if you see, after the net income after taxes is 3.99, almost 4 billion. And the minority interest, they are getting some minority interest as 9. So minority interest is like they have some minority, the underlying some small company, some share in that one, and they are getting some earning from that, so which shows as separately. Okay, so now with the net income, what they have is almost, it doesn't make much difference because this is very small amount. Oh, so they have something called extraordinary items. If you see that, this is like a not frequent item, and they are getting a lot from here. So this is little bit actually I'm suspicious is how come some company generate 7 billion from extraordinary items. So need to see if on the earlier year they had did the same, or only this year they have something. And because of these items, they boost the net income to 10.99. 10.99. So this is their net income. And I just want to highlight some point here. So usually we also have like a Yahoo Finance, but if you go on Yahoo Finance, you notice here they don't put the extraordinary income. And I was when I was trying to play with the number, I unable to come up with 10 point. I always didn't never come up with 10.999. I And even the minority interest is a little bit different here. So if I so this is little bit, I the reason I'm showing here is, although it's a pretty big company, but seems like the number is doesn't make sense here. And Reuters, I believe, I don't have any share or anything on the Reuters, just want to uh, analysis purpose. This is if you want doing any stock analysis, and also better check with one or two website. And I think Reuters provide a lot of data, so I just put little bit more weight there, that their data looks a little bit correct. Otherwise you can also go to the SEC filing website and double check there, but I don't think so we need to go here. The topic here is a little bit more focus on the income statement. So here the only thing is I'm not sure if I can see the 2016, but anyway we get the idea. And to see what is this. And maybe I'll take, so this is from the introduction to the income statement. Hopefully if you like it, you can like and put the comments, and whatever the next video you want to see, any other topic. Otherwise I'll create some more videos on the basic of on the some which strong the concepts. So thank you very much. Bye.